Hey guys, we're going to use the black regulars today to show you what all the kind of crazy differences are and why I've got hundreds of these things and still don't have them all. There are tons of differences, and we'll just show you on these 6 how different these things really can be. All right, these are all black, of course, and you got different color tops, right? Golds and silvers and blacks and whites. Big deal. You've got some that are non-shadow. You see the difference here. Shadow, no shadow. Shadow, shadow. And if you flip these over, you'll find that they are non-shadow on the other side as well. Okay, that's fine. Some are going to be shadowed on both sides. Some are going to be non-shadow and shadow. All right, and we don't have to get into each and every one. I will be putting together a database of this stuff to keep track of it. You've got countries. These happen to all be Austria. Simple enough. You have the patent numbers. These all happen to be 2.6. Simple enough. But you've got the kind, and let me zoom in here for you. You can see here, this one's spread out, and this one is what I'll call full. All right? Spread out with tiny font, full, and this one has smaller letters. And let me see if I can fit in the fourth difference. And these are all, just look at the word Austria. Tiny and tall, short and full, prominent and smaller than the other two. And this one, like every letter is spaced out. Look at the patent numbers, tiny and tall, stuffed in there, tiny and together, and a lot of spaces in between. So you've got issues with at least 4 different ways of writing the patent number. Then where should we go? We've got the hinges. We've got plastic and we got metal. We'll just call that a simple enough. Then we've got, let's not even do the stems, the sleeves. I'll also zoom in for you here. But there's some crazy stuff going on here. And we're not going to, at least in this round, I'm not even going to open the dispensers to take a look at what's going on. You've got an oval. You've got a smaller oval. Let's see if I can get in there. 2 different ovals. You've got a rectangle. You got another rectangle. You got a semi-oval and another rectangle. So there are 2 different ovals, a semi-rectangular one and a rectangle. There's at least 4 there. Now, let's look at the top to this thing, the head, the cap. All right, you got this one. That's kind of your normal. It comes up with a curve to it. That's fine. Let's leave it at that. This one is nice and straight with a big rounded thing at the top. Clearly different from the one on the left. This guy is pointy. Let's put him next to the silver one. One on the left is certainly deeper, pointier. And we've got some other examples that maybe are easier for you to see. Okay? Deeper and pointier on the left, curved, straight, clearly different. We got another one, and that's going to be, let's see, is that it? Yeah, that's it. This one's another pointy one. So we've got this one clearly different, right? And then let's move it so you can see the others next to each other. This one is curved, whereas this one's kind of short. Just whoop. That one's got a pointy top, and that one's super pointy. Now, you've got the nose. This piece. Rounded, rounded, squared. You see this is more rounded, whereas this is a tougher square. And maybe it helps if I flip this over and you look at them right next to each other. Can you see the more squared on the right? I hope so. Now, let's make it even more complicated. let's do them this way. I'm going to look at the flare on top. Ah, yeah, that's a good place for them. Let's do it. Let's do it lying down. No, that's not going to work. Give me a second. I'll try not to knock these suckers down. And here's the thing. There are too many differences here. This guy, look at the way that this line comes out. This guy kind of starts off smaller and flares out as it goes out. Whereas this one stays straight and then flares at the end. I'm going to call that a late flare. The gold one is similar to the silver one. But when we can break out the calipers, the guy on the left, the gold one, is wider than this one on the right. So I'm going to call that a wide flare, a narrow flare, a late flare, and the white ones, geez, man. So far, these white ones look very similar to me. Not different enough that I'm going to call it any different than, it's kind of a slow flare. And then this black one, is there a flare there? No flare there? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways this can show up on top. This is just 6 dispensers. You know, we got one in the cello. We got, you know what, I didn't even do IMCs. And we've got nothing. There's an 8. There's a 2. There's a 3. These guys have nothing. That guy's got nothing. And then on top of that, we've got the color of the inserts that I'm not getting into right now. This one's a mono. It's got this cool black insert or sleeve. There are so many differences here. More to come.